Ryan Garcia was back in the gym today, training with his coach, Eddie Reynoso. As he prepares for his upcoming fight against Rolando Romero, expected to take place in May, Ryan has been putting in intense work to sharpen his skills. His latest training session showed him working on his speed and his powerful left hook, using the reflex bag to perfect his timing and accuracy. Fans and analysts have been closely watching his progress, especially after his long break from the sport. Garcia's training videos have been making waves on social media, with many noting that his hand speed remains as impressive as ever. Despite the uncertainty around his exact fight date, it's clear that Ryan is taking his preparation seriously and is determined to make a strong comeback. Focusing on his left hook, Garcia currently appears to be weighing around 160 pounds, which means he still needs to cut down to reach his fighting weight. Since his match against Raleigh is set for the welterweight division, which has a limit of 147 pounds, he won't have to drop a significant amount, but conditioning will still be key. Fighters often focus not just on weight loss but on maintaining strength, speed, and endurance while cutting down. Despite not yet being in peak fighting shape, Ryan's famous left hook looks just as devastating as ever. Known as one of his most lethal weapons in the ring, his left hook has helped him secure multiple knockouts in the past. His opponent, Romero, will need to significantly improve his defensive skills if he wants to avoid taking major damage. In his last fight, Romero was brutally knocked out by Isaac Pitbull Cruz on March 30th, exposing some weaknesses in his defense. If he doesn't tighten up his guard and movement, he could be in for another tough night against Garcia. Ryan's ability to throw lightning-fast combinations, combined with his power, makes him a dangerous fighter for anyone in his division. Training with Reynoso, who has worked with top fighters like Canelo Alvarez, could further refine his technique and strategy as he prepares for this crucial matchup. Potential fight date and comeback after suspension. There have been multiple reports suggesting that Garcia's fight against Romero is being planned for May 2nd in New York City. However, as of now, no official confirmation has been made. If this date holds, it would mark Ryan's return to the ring after a long 13-month hiatus. His last fight was on April 20th against Devin Haney, a bout that ended in controversy after Garcia tested positive for a banned substance. The New York State Athletic Commission handed him a 1-year suspension, forcing him to stay out of action for an extended period. For a fighter of Garcia's caliber, such a long break can be both a blessing and a challenge. While time away from the ring allows for recovery and improvement, it can also lead to rust and a loss of momentum. Ryan will need to ensure that he is both physically and mentally prepared to step back into competition. Many fans are excited to see how he performs after this break, with some believing he will come back even stronger, while others are skeptical about how the layoff might affect his performance. Regardless, this fight against Romero will be an important test to gauge where he stands in the division and whether he is ready for bigger challenges ahead. Training with Reynoso and the road to a Haney rematch. Ryan's father, Henry Garcia, took to Instagram to hype up his son's training, sharing a video of him hitting the fierce reflex bag with full force. He captioned the post, "The best left in the world." Today, Ryan was at his best, calm and collected, but still dangerous in the ring. Here he is, hitting the fierce reflex bag at full strength and speed. Let's go. The post quickly gained attention from fans and boxing insiders, further fueling the anticipation for Garcia's return. Beyond his upcoming fight with Romero, Garcia has his sights set on an even bigger challenge, a rematch with Devin Haney. Reports suggest that Garcia is using this fight as a tune-up before facing Haney again in October. The event is being put together by Turki Al-Sheikh, a major figure in organizing high-profile boxing events. Interestingly, Haney is also expected to fight on the same card in May, taking on a warm-up opponent before his own major bout later in the year. If everything goes according to plan, both Garcia and Haney could be on a collision course once again, setting up a highly anticipated rematch. One of the biggest changes in Garcia's camp is his switch from coach Derek James back to Eddie Reynoso. The exact reason for the change remains unclear, especially since Ryan had some success under James. However, returning to Reynoso's gym in Southern California could be beneficial, as it allows him to train in a familiar environment with some of the best fighters in the sport. Reynoso is well known for his work with Canelo Alvarez, and being around a champion of that caliber could provide Garcia with the motivation and discipline he needs to reach the next level. With a strong training camp, a powerful left hook, and a clear goal ahead, Ryan Garcia is gearing up to make a statement in his return to boxing. Garcia's mindset and motivation for his return. Garcia knows he has doubters to silence. Many critics have questioned his discipline, focus, and ability to compete at the highest level, especially after such a long layoff. However, Ryan has remained confident, frequently posting training updates and motivational messages on social media, showing his determination to come back stronger. His partnership with Eddie Reynoso signals that he is serious about refining his skills and getting back to the top. Ryan has always had a unique mix of talent, speed, and charisma that makes him one of the most talked about boxers today. His massive social media following ensures that his fights generate huge attention, but this also brings pressure. He isn't just fighting for a win, he's fighting for respect. The boxing world will be watching closely to see if he still has what it takes to compete against the best. A dominant performance against Romero could be the statement he needs to remind everyone that he's still a serious contender. Challenges that Ryan Garcia faces in his comeback. Despite his confidence, Garcia's return won't be easy. One of the biggest challenges he faces is shaking off ring rust after more than a year without a fight. No matter how intense training gets, nothing truly replicates the pressure and pace of a real match. If he doesn't start strong, Romero might take advantage of any hesitation or slow adjustments in the early rounds. In addition, Ryan's mental state will be crucial. Boxing is as much a psychological battle as a physical one, and after facing suspension, criticism, and personal struggles, he'll need to show he can handle adversity. Another factor to consider is Romero himself. While Rolly was knocked out in his last fight, he is still a dangerous opponent. He has a unique, awkward style that can throw fighters off their game. If Garcia underestimates him, he could walk into trouble. Ryan's best strategy will be to use his speed, stay patient, and capitalize on Romero's defensive weaknesses. However, if he gets careless, he could put himself in unnecessary danger. This fight will be a test not just of his skills, but of his ability to stay composed and disciplined under pressure. The impact of this fight on Garcia's career. This fight could define the next chapter of Ryan Garcia's career. If he wins convincingly, it will set the stage for even bigger opportunities, including the potential rematch with Devin Haney. However, if he struggles or worse, loses, it could be a major setback that damages his credibility. In boxing, momentum is everything, and Garcia cannot afford another misstep. The sport is filled with young, hungry fighters eager to take his spot, and a poor performance